Kripatam Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Okay, so let's start with today's session with some recap from last to last Sunday's session, the part 1 of session 8. So can we have some points, please, from the last to last session? I know it's a torture to remember something from last to last session is a torture, but I would request that please go ahead and post something. Okay, God is a person. That's how we started. We said we were discussing that is God uh, impersonal or personal, and then we concluded that God is a person. Yes. What are the three ways of understanding God, or how is the absolute truth described in three ways? What are those specific names that we had discussed? Okay, Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Yes, Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. So we said Brahman is the all-pervading light which comes from the body of the Lord. And then we said Paramatma is a localized feature in everyone's heart, who is all-pervading, and he also controls various living entities. And Bhagavan is all-pervading, all-controlling, and at the same time he has got wonderful qualities. But then what is the definition of Bhagavan? What is the definition of Bhagavan? In one of the group discussions, I mean the small groups which I visited, so one devotee, one participant was saying, Prabhu, you're Bhagavan. But then I think the definition was not clear at that time, a couple of weeks back. But now, what is the definition of Bhagavan? Definition of Bhagavan: one who has got 6 opulences. What are the 6 opulences? Can we all name it fast? First, wealth. Okay. Aishwarya, Virya, that is strong, strength. Yashaha, yes, fame. Jnana, knowledge. Then Shri, beauty. And last one, renunciation. So these are the 6 points. So Bhaga is opulence and Van means the possessor, like Dhanavan. The one who possesses Dhana is called Dhanavan. The one who possesses Bhaga is called as Bhagavan. And so here we discussed that how Krishna possesses all the 6 qualities and he can be called as Bhagavan. And we also discussed that how Krishna himself is saying that I am Bhagavan, I am supreme, no one is above me. So Krishna is arrogant, right? Huh? What do you all say? No. Why are you saying no? What is the reason? Oh, he's telling the truth. Yes, he's telling the truth. If you remember the CEO example, yes. So where the person goes searching for CEO, and finally when he comes to CEO and he's asking, "Are you the CEO?" And the CEO says, "Yes, I am." So similarly, Arjuna is asking, "Who is supreme? Who is supreme?" And Krishna is saying, "It's me. It's me." So in this way, we discussed various aspects. But now there is a very, very important question, right? So I'm sure most of us are worshipping various Devi Devtas at home. So what about those Devi Devtas? Are they existing or not? Huh? So one God or many gods? So this is the discussion that we all are entering into, a very, very important discussion. Today's session is going to be an eye-opener on why Krishna is supreme. See, accepting Krishna as supreme is okay out of sentiment. But then we have to accept Krishna as supreme on the basis of philosophy. If we are not accepting on the basis of philosophy, if we don't have logical analysis behind that, if we don't have a strong understanding, then we will not be able to retain that understanding of Krishna being the supreme personality of Godhead. Yes. In fact, many times I have seen in this session, when I give this session, 8th session, who is the boss, many people get offended. Oh, I worship this Devata, I worship that Devata. How come this bald person is saying that Krishna is supreme personality of Godhead? So we are not here giving our opinions. So we are not giving our opinions. What are we doing? We are discussing from the Shastra, and Shastra Praman is the highest Praman, not word of mouth. Where people keep saying that, oh, I worship this God, so this God is supreme. That one song is there in Hindi some long time back I had heard. Uh, when during Ganpati Visarjan and other places they play during Ganesh Chaturthi. Uh, uh, I'm not remembering, but the last line says that सारे भक्तों में हमसे बढ़कर कौन. सेल्फ ग्लोरिफिकेशन. So सारे भगवान में आपसे बढ़कर कौन और सारे भक्तों में हमसे बढ़कर कौन. So you are Bhagavan or you are supreme because I am worshipping you. If I am not worshipping you, then you are not supreme. Matlab, you can just imagine in this age of Kali Yuga, we get our ego at every single instance, every single place, even in spirituality. This is the most abominable thing. And that is the reason you see in this age of Kali, there's always a question, one God or many God. And not just this one God, many God. In fact, no, Shastrically, if we see, there are 33 crore Devi Devtas. We'll discuss about that. But now, since people don't have Shastric knowledge, since they don't know who is Bhagavan, since they don't know who is supreme, how to worship, what to ask, what is happening? Many dhongi sadhus, godmen, and many dhongi gods, Bhagavan, dhongi Bhagavans, they are coming into picture. If we have Shastric knowledge, then no one can challenge us, and no one can confuse us, and no one can cheat us. This is the goal of today's session, where we are going to have a very Shastric viewpoint on what about other Devi Devtas? Why is Krishna supreme? This entire discussion is going to just be um, centered around Shastra. So let's discuss that today and understand philosophically and Shastrically why Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So be ready for next 1.5, no, sorry, 1 hour only. For next 1 hour, we're going to discuss this very intense topic. And any place you feel offensive, so please forgive me, because there is no question of offense here. It's all about discussion from Shastra. Okay. Okay. So let me share the screen and start discussing today's topic. Yes. So when we ask people that who is God, so there are like many of the times it happens that people say, oh, that person helped me in this situation, so he is God. That person helped me, when I was going through health crisis, he is God. Oh, that person is very rich, he is God. Oh, that person is very udar or magnanimous, he is God. So already there are 33 crore Devi Devtas according to the Vedic Shastra, and along with that, we in our day-to-day life we are adding more and more. So this is not a proper understanding. So today let's ask the other Devi Devtas. Let's ask them and understand who is supreme. See, till now we asked Krishna who is supreme from Bhagavad Gita. Now let's ask other Devi Devtas who is supreme, and let's understand from them what do they say. So I'm displaying some of the verses. And we cannot cover all the 33 Koti Devi Devtas in 1 hour. We'll just discuss what Brahma is saying and what Shiva is saying, because they, Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu, they are considered as three Murtis. They are the ones who are creating, maintaining, annihilating. Yes. So we're going to discuss about that, and we're going to enter deeper and deeper in this topic. The first shloka, very famous shloka, which I have been quoting in multiple sessions from Brahma Samhita. Brahma is glorifying Krishna. Here is the verse. You all can chant after me. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So here Brahma is saying, now, normally people would feel that, oh, the one who is creating, no, he should be the supreme. But here, the creator himself, Brahma himself, the four-headed Brahma with his four mouths, he's praising the Lord. And what is he saying? Ishvara, Parama, Krishna. So what do you mean by Ishvara? So Ishvara means controller. So to be very frank, all of us are also controllers, small, chutku controllers. We also control, right, various things. We control the home, we control something in the office, we control some people around us. But then we are chutku, we are small controllers. And what is Brahma saying? Ishvara. So in all the Ishvaras, Parama, supreme is who? Krishna. Ishvara, Parama, Krishna. And how is Krishna? Sachidananda Vigraha. Does he have body like us? No. Sat Chit Ananda. He's not made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether, but his entire wonderful form is Sachidananda. He's eternal, Sat. He's full of knowledge, Chit, and he is full of Ananda. No, he is the personality who is the reservoir of all happiness, and that we can see in all the photos. Krishna with his Tribhanga Swarup, he is very nicely, beautifully smiling. So Sachidananda Vigraha Anadir Adi Govinda. So sometimes people ask, who gave birth to Krishna? So he is God. So no one will give birth to him. He will give birth to others. So it's like when we trace back, suppose, what do? We write our name, we write our father's name. What our father did? He wrote his name, then he wrote his name and his father's name. What did his father do? His name and his father's name. Like that, when you go on tracing and tracing and tracing, finally it has to end at one point who does not have a father. And that personality is Lord Sri Krishna. Then what about Brahma? How did he appear? Yes. So there is a huge chart. I don't know, it might be confusing at this point of time, but maybe you all can understand. I'll try my best to help you all to understand this. So when it comes to another question which people ask is, who is supreme, Krishna or Vishnu? So they are same personalities. They are same personalities. There's no difference. But then it's like candles. We have various candles, and when all the candles are lit, all the candles look same. That's how it is. Krishna is that original candle, and all the candles are lit. I mean, all the incarnations are there. So when you see all the incarnations, they are same. There is no difference. But then to understand from Shastra, as I said, we are going to discuss from Shastra today. To understand from Shastra, let me tell you the table. I forgot to put that in my slide. So first we have Krishna. From Krishna, the first expansion is Balram. So even if you don't remember, it's okay. I'm just telling, I'm just giving information. So there's not something very, very high level, just some information. From Krishna, the first expansion is Balram. From Balram comes Chaturvyuha expansion. Sankarshan, Pradyuman, Aniruddha, and Purushottama. From Sankarshan comes Narayan. And from Narayan, again, there are 4 incarnations, or again, Chaturvyuha expansions. Again, we are called as Mahasankarshan, Pradyuman, Anirudh, and Purushottam. And from Mahasankarshan comes 3 Vishnus. Today, it will be like 3 Vishnus. How come? Yes, 3 Vishnus. So one is called as Mahavishnu. Directly, the one who is coming from Sankarshan, Mahasankarshan, is called as Mahavishnu. And Mahavishnu is the personality from whose body pores various universes come, various Brahmandas come. Okay. So when he exhales, all the Brahmandas go out from every single pore. You can imagine how many Brahmandas, how many universes are there. And then the same personality, Mahavishnu, he enters each and every universe as Garbhodakshai Vishnu. So no need to remember the names, just here. Mahavishnu or Karnodakshay Vishnu, he enters each and every universe, and he is called as Garbhodakshay Vishnu. Now when Lord is entering each and every universe, so obviously earth, water, fire, air, ether, all the basic ingredients are there. Now the actual construction has to start. So from the navel of Garbhodakshay Vishnu appears Lord Brahma. So Lord Brahma is the personality who appears from the navel. A beautiful lotus flower sprouts, a golden lotus flower, and on that sits Brahma. And by his tapasya, he gets the knowledge from Lord Garbhodakshay Vishnu to do the creation. So this is secondary creation. Primary creation was earth, water, fire, air, ether. That is already done by Mahavishnu. Now Brahma is doing the secondary creation. Then he creates all these bodies and various species or whatever. And then Brahma, he first created 11 Rudras. So 11 Rudras, and one of them is Shiva, Lord Shiva. So Lord Brahma was, started the creation, and he first created 11 Rudras, and then the rest follows. Now I'll not get into the details of it. Very deep it is again. And now after the creation is done, when all the living entities, all the human beings, animals, trees, whatever, everything is created. I mean, the bodies are created. And at that time, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, he enters each and every body, each and every body as Shirodakshay Vishnu, who is called as Paramatma. Hope we understand now. There are three Vishnus at three levels, and they enter each and everyone's heart, and they are called as Shirodakshay Vishnu, Paramatma. Right. So in this way, we see that there's a huge chart, and when Brahma is saying that you're Parama, you're supreme, he's referring to this chart. Yes. He's referring to, yes, you're the source, you're Anadi, Adi. You're the most oldest, and you're the source. Sarva Karana Karanam. You're the cause of all causes. Not just this material universe, even spiritual world and all the other incarnations of yours. That's what we chanted like last time. Shukadeva Goswami is saying, Ete chamsaha kalapamsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. After he discussed all these various incarnations, then he went up and up and up, and finally he says, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. You are Bhagavan. So that's what Brahma is saying here. Ishvara Parama Krishna. So did we understand this line? I can go on speaking for another 1 hour on this particular verse, but then we'll move on to the next verse. So this is the chart which we discussed. Maybe I can forward that chart to you also, that you all can go through. Yes. Now next sloka that we can see is again by Lord Brahma. So Lord Brahma, in Srimad Bhagavatam, he is offering this prayer where he's saying that, my dear Lord, you are the only worshipable Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore I offer my humble obeisances and prayers just to please you. So there's a huge pastime called Brahma Vimohan Leela, where Brahma wanted to test the supremacy of Krishna. So what he did, he stole all the gopas and all the calves, and he went and kept them somewhere in Brahmaloka. And when he came back, he saw the same calves and same gopas, and he was confused completely. That I just kept them in a different place. How come they're again here? And then Brahma himself, he understands. Now when he looks at all of them, all the calves and all the gopas, they all manifest in the beautiful Vishnu Murti with four-handed form. And then Brahma understands, yes, he is that Sarva Karana Karanam, from whom everyone emanates, everyone comes into being. Yeah, so in this way, Brahma is glorifying. There are a lot of verses, we can keep discussing that. Throughout Srimad Bhagavatam, wherever Brahma's appearance is there, Brahma is glorifying Lord Krishna like anything. Maybe we can discuss that in our advanced session sometime later. Now let's see what Lord Shiva is saying. So from Shastra again, so Lord Shiva is speaking to various personalities, and here what I have put is the shloka where he is glorifying the Lord to the Prachetas, the sons of Prachina Barahi. So anyways, we'll not get into who is Pracheta and who is Prachina Barahi. So he's glorifying the Lord, and he's saying here that, my dear Lord, you are the topmost of all bestowers of all benedictions, the oldest and supreme enjoyer. See, look at Shastra. In Shastra, you will see that the conclusion will be constant throughout. There will be no discrepancy in the Shastra. So here you see, same thing he is saying, that you are the oldest and supreme enjoyer. And that's what Brahma also said in Brahma Samhita. You are the master of all the world's metaphysical philosophy, for you are the supreme cause of all causes. See, Sarva Karana Karanam. Same thing, what Brahma was saying. Sarva Karana Karanam, he's also saying all causes. Cause of all causes, Lord Krishna. You are the greatest of all religious principles, the supreme mind, and you have a brain which is never checked by any condition. Therefore, I repeatedly offer my obeisances. Parvati will always keep asking Lord Shiva that, can you please describe some pastimes of Lord? And Lord Shiva, when he describes, so in one of the places, he has discussed this very, very beautifully. He's saying that I'm always engaged in offering obeisances to Lord Vasudeva. So Parvati was asking, whom are you meditating on? So here the answer is given. that I am offering obeisances to Lord Vasudeva in pure Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is always pure consciousness in which the Supreme Personality of Godhead, known as Vasudeva, is revealed without any covering. Another very nice sloka from Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is a very nice pastime. Now you see Lord Shiva is trying to catch some female. Look at the photo. So what happened is, this was Samudra Manthan. I'm sure you might have at least heard that Devatas and this Rakshasas, sorry, the demons, they were churning the ocean, and from that various things came poison, and then we had nectar and all that came out. So Mohini Murti, she came to distribute the different nectar that was there to different personalities. So Mohini Murti, she came, she distributed to all the Devatas, and all the demons were left behind. And she disappeared. And Lord Shiva, he came and he drank all the poison which came out from the Samudra Manthan, and he left. And after that, Mohini Murti came and then she left. Now, Mohini is the incarnation of Lord Krishna. So at that time, Lord Shiva, when he understood that a new incarnation was there, and I couldn't get the darshan, he prayed to the Lord that, oh Lord, please give me the darshan of Mohini Murti. I want to see your beautiful form. Now what happened is, when Lord Shiva was offering this prayer, he was there with Parvati, and there were other, his followers were there. And then Lord said, see, this is not a right prayer that you are offering. It will be dangerous for you. And Lord Shiva is like, no, you manifest your form, I want to see. Now you can imagine, when Supreme Personality of Godhead appears like a female, what will happen? What will be his beauty? Very, very beautiful form, manifested in front of Lord Shiva. Now a bit far, and she was playing with a ball that Mohini Murti was playing around. And when she was playing that, purposely, Mohini Murti was acting in very, very nice way, nice gestures, bodily, nice gestures of hand, and then even the body language was very, very attractive. So what did the Lord Shiva do? Lord Shiva saw her and he was going crazy. Parvati was there besides, and he left Parvati and he ran behind Mohini Murti, to embrace her and things like that. Long story, I'll not get into that now. And after that, what happened is, he was running, and Mohini Murti just to tell Lord Shiva, help Lord Shiva to understand something. So Mohini Murti was running, and then Lord Shiva is running behind her. And after some time, when Lord Shiva did various things, and then finally the Mohini Murti came into picture as Lord Vishnu. At that time, Lord Shiva, he understood the scenario. Parvati was there, all the followers were there, and now Lord Vishnu is there. Lord Shiva started smiling and he said, finally, whom did I run behind? I ran behind my own Lord. So what is the problem? It's okay. Maybe, he was looking at Parvati and saying this. So that is the shloka here. Very nice pastime. And here is the shloka where he's saying that Deva Deva Jagadvyapin Jagadisha Jaganmaya Sarvesham Api Bhavanam Tvam Atma Heturishwaraha. O chief demigod among the demigods, that is Mahadeva. He's basically calling him as Mahadeva. O all-pervading Lord, Master of the universe, by your energy you are transformed into the creation. You are the root and the efficient cause of everything. You are not material. Indeed, you are the super soul or supreme living force of everything. Therefore, you are the Parameshwara, the supreme controller of all controllers. Again, same. Ishvara Parama Krishna. Yes. And there's one more shloka, from Padma Puran, where he's saying, Aradhanam Sarvesham Vishnu Aradhanam Param Tasmat Parataram Devi Tadyanam Samarchanam. So Parvati was asking Lord Shiva that who is the most worshipable one? At that time he's saying Aradhanam Sarvesham Vishnu Aradhanam Param. Whose worship is the supreme? Worship of Vishnu. Then Parvati was like, but I am worshipping you. So you are not supreme? Then he says, Aradhanam Sarvesham Vishnu Aradhanam Param Tasmat Parataram Devi. But, O Devi, O Parvati, Tasmat Parataram Devi Tadyanam Samarchanam. But more worshipable than Vishnu are his followers, his devotees. So when these devotees are worshipped, now Lord becomes very, very pleased. And at that time, Parvati was like, oh, okay. Then now it's correct. No, you're also a devotee, so I'm worshipping the right person. Right. So in this way, we see that Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and various Devi Devtas are glorifying. In fact, Lord Ganesha is glorifying, Durga is glorifying. So many of them are glorifying. Now, since time is short, I have not put those verses here. So in this way, we see that all the Devi Devtas, they accept Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead. But then, problem is here in this world. There are fights. Shaivites will fight with Vaishnavites. And, there are the followers of Shakti, they will fight with others. What is the need of all fight? Life is chutku, life is short. And in this, we are fighting who is supreme, who is. Read Shastra, you'll understand who is supreme. Yes. The problem is we shouldn't get our dirty ego into picture when we are reading Shastra. So I'm a Shaivite by background. My entire family lineage is basically Shaivite background. And right from my childhood, I worshipped Lord Shiva. And I was initiated also. I took Diksha in the Shiva Sampradaya, or not Shiva Sampradaya, I can say Shaivites only. Yes, there is no Sampradaya called Shiva Sampradaya. Shaivites, yes. But then, there were like various questions which I had to clarify, but then I couldn't get answers there. Then I started reading Shastra, started attending the sessions. Then, when I started reading, then I could explore and understand that, yes, everyone is accepting, Lord Krishna is supreme. In fact, this is personal, but then I've been speaking about this in many of the sessions. So, in fact, I had taken a vow that I'll never worship Krishna. First time when I went to ISKCON, I was very, very small. Whenever my relatives would come from Karnataka to Mumbai, so I was the one who would take them for Mumbai Darshan, different places in Mumbai. So I think I was there in 4th standard or something at that time. From that time only, I was going with them. So first time when I went and I saw Lord Krishna and things like that, various beautiful deities at ISKCON Juhu. So I'd heard a lot about Krishna, Krishna's various pastimes. And then, I was looking at the deity and I was like, I will never worship Krishna. He has got so many girlfriends. He has got so many wives. How can he be God? I'll never worship Krishna. This was my vow. But Krishna very beautifully, he broke my vow and he accepted me as his devotee. So when I started exploring all this is what I could understand from the Shastra. And it is the verdict of all the great sages also. You go to any part of India, all the great sages, they have proved this point that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yes. In the north, you'll find various saints, like we have Tulasi Das, we have Surdas, they all have proved Krishna is supreme. If you go to the side of Maharashtra, there we have Santa Tukaram Maharaj and so many others who have proved that Lord Krishna is supreme. You go to the side of Orissa, West Bengal, and other places. So there are many great sages, many great saints who have proved that how Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And in South we have Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya. They were like staunch followers, and they proved that how Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yes, this proof was needed because our ego comes in between every now and then. So they had to prove from the Shastra. And the ones who read Shastra, they all worship Lord Krishna with a proper mood of accepting him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yes. Oh, if Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, Are Bapre, what about other Devi Devtas? This was my question. Because I used to worship Ganpati because I was in Mumbai. I used to worship Ganpati. And also I was a follower of Sai Baba as well at some point of time. And then I was also worshipping, obviously I was a Shaivite, so I had my own Shivalinga. So we used to worship, keeping the Shivalinga and putting milk and everything and chanting some mantras. So I myself, I was worshipping, but then when I started reading the Shastra, then, it was a great transformation, and it helped me a lot to understand that how can I please all the Tetis Koti Devi Devta. Yes. Very, very beautifully it is mentioned in Shastra that you just water the root. You just water the root. That is Krishna, who is the root or the cause of all causes, all the branches and twigs and flowers and fruits, everything will get flourished. I mean, all the Devi Devtas will be satisfied. So this was a very, very nice conclusion, which we could get, from all these great acharyas and by the Shastra, which they referred to. But now the question is, what about other Devi Devtas? We have been worshipping so many of them. So what about them? Are they fake? In fact, other faith, I shouldn't say faith, there are many, many rogues who want to demotivate the Hindu culture or Sanatan Dharma. And what do? They keep saying that you have got so many Devi Devtas. What is this? It's all fake. Don't believe in all this. And unfortunately, the ones who don't have Shastric knowledge, they also start feeling, oh, maybe this is correct. And they start getting converted into different religions. And I don't think I need to describe about the conversions that is happening in India. All the ones who are getting converted, from this glorious Sanatan Dharma to other faiths, they are the people who are less intelligent. They are the ones who don't have the Shastric knowledge at all. They are the ones who are just sentimental. Oh, okay, I'll worship this devata, that devata. And someone will say that, oh, this vrata is good. Okay, I'll do this also. That vrata is good. I'll do this also. And the entire house, I mean, in the house, the temple will be like a shopping complex where, all the Devi Devatas are there. Yes. So what about these Devi Devatas? When we understand their position, when they understand their role, then, we'll be able to understand the glory of our Vedic scriptures. And if these Devi Devatas exist, why are they created? No, if it was only Krishna, then it would have been best. Then we would have no confusion at all. But why these Devi Devatas were created? So this is a very, very important and intense discussion that we are entering into. I request all of you all that please be there. Please make notes if possible, and try to remember the points which we're going to discuss now. So let's do an activity now. So now I'll be displaying the various photos, and you have to tell me which department they're leaders or who is the lead of the department. Like in every company, we have this administration structure. We have a CEO, and then we'll have various departments. Like that, in the universal administration structure, we have a CEO or we have the head, and we have various departments. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to display the different department names, and then you have to tell me in the chat box who is the head of that department. And then we will discuss this wonderful aspect. Okay? Are you all ready? Let me enable the chat box. Okay, chalo. The first one. So Krishna is CEO. This is what the discussion all about. We discuss so much. Krishna is a CEO. Okay. Okay, rain minister. Chalo, rain minister. Who is the rain minister? Okay, Indra. Indra is the correct answer. And here is he. Now next one. Next department is electricity minister. No, not Indra. Agni Dev. Yes, Agni Dev. Actually, I could have written power minister, but I wanted to. Oh, sorry, Surya Dev. Surya Dev, not Agni Dev. Surya Dev. So Surya Dev is that personality, who gives that various energy and power. Yes. So he is that Surya Dev. One more. Power minister. No, he is Agni Dev. Okay. Water minister. Who is water minister? Okay, Varuna. Varun Dev. Yes, Varun Dev. And who is wind minister? Wind minister. Yes. Pavan Dev nahi hota, Vayu Dev. Vayu Dev. Vayu Dev, yes. Now, most important, very, very important, finance minister. Boliye. Finance minister. Everyone, everyone's favorite. Lakshmi Devi, everyone's favorite, Lakshmi Devi. Yes, yes. Kuvera is also there. Kuvera, he takes care of the treasury, but actual finance minister is Lakshmi Devi. In fact, whenever there's Lakshmi Puja, there's so much of devotion towards her, and everyone will do Lakshmi Puja nicely. I visited various houses. Any photo is there or not, but Lakshmi Devi's photo will be there. And then Home Minister. Tell me, who is Home Minister? Home Minister. Home Minister. Yes, Durga. No, she is the one. Durga Devi. No. Why Durga Devi? This entire world is like a fort, which is called as Durga. And the one who is taking care of this fort is called as Durga. This is the meaning of Durga. So yes, she is the one. Next session we'll discuss about Durga Devi more. Okay, Defense Minister. Now who is the one? Defense Minister. Yes, Kartikeya. He is the Defense Minister. So people were like, I asked this question in another session, who is the defense minister? And they were like, Prabhu, you are the defense minister. I said, no, I'm not Kartikeya, I'm Kartikeya Das, I'm servant. Yes. Okay, next one. Education minister. This is very simple. Education minister. Yes, Saraswati. She is the education minister, Saraswati Devi. Who is the construction minister? Construction minister. Construction. I'm talking about the secondary creation. Yes, so Brahma. Brahma is that one personality who constructed this entire world. And then annihilation minister, who destroys everything? Who is the one who is given this role? Yes, Lord Shiva. No, he is that personality who has taken this role of destroying. He's the annihilation minister. And placement minister. Who is the placement minister? Let me see if you all can answer this. Who is the placement minister? No, Krishna is CEO. Not Krishna. Ganesha is taking a very humble role. He is the Vigna Harta. So he has taken the role of removing the obstacles. So yes, someone said it. Yamraj. Yamraj is doing all the placements. So he places people from one planet to another, especially Yamaloka, or the hellish planets, basically. Yes, Yamraj. So Yamraj is the placement minister. So once one foreigner, he came to India, and then he was going around, and then when he was leaving India, a reporter came to him and he asked that, according to you, who is God? And he said, Krishna. Krishna is God. But then the question was, did you attend some seminar of ISKCON or something like that? So the reporter asked, how do you conclude that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead? He is the Supreme. He said, I visited entire India. I went to various temples, wonderful deities. And I found in every temple, wherever I went, either the deity will have 2 hands and they'll have some weapons, 4 hands and weapons, 10 hands and weapons, and they're killing someone, they're doing some activity. Finally, when I came to Vrindavan, Braja, and when I saw Krishna, he was playing flute and he was standing with his girlfriend and having a nice time. And this shows that everyone else was working and this personality was enjoying. The supreme enjoyer who has no work to do, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the one who delegates everything. Why will he work? Amazing logic, isn't it? When I read this article, as very nice logic this foreigner gave. So in this way, we understand that in this entire universal structure, we have all these Devi Devtas, and we all are indebted to all of them. In our house, we might be worshipping a few Devi Devtas. So in my house, I would ask my relatives when I was very small, before coming to Krishna consciousness. So I would ask them, why only these? There are 33 crore Devi Devta, why only these 4, 5 you have kept? So they would say that these are main. These are main. So actually, there's nothing called as main. It is all about, they all are very, very important in our life. Can you imagine if the electricity minister is not there? I mean, the sun god, if he is not there, then what will happen to all of us? Can you imagine? If Vayu Devi decides that, I'll not circulate the air, what will happen to us? Just imagine, the air is there just below our nose to breathe. If Varun Dev decides no water, what will happen to us? So in this way, we are indebted to all of them, all of them. But then, we keep choosing this devta, that devta, and things like that. Yes. But one important thing that we need to understand is all of them are very, very important. All of them are very, very important. Yes. But then, in this IT world, the schedule is so tight. How will we worship all of them? Yes. So it is said that just by worshipping Krishna, watering the root will be able to, nourish the entire tree, all the Devi Devtas. And here we see that all the Devi Devtas very, very amazingly, very religiously, very honestly, they take care of each and every department. Never ever it will happen that they're not taking care of the department properly. They're like amazing devotees of Lord Krishna. There's no doubt about that. All of them are doing their work very, very nicely. Krishna has delegated all of them, and Krishna is busy stealing butter and dancing with all the gopis and singing and playing his flute. So in this way, we understand the position of Devi Devtas. So Krishna is supreme. Yes, we have to worship him. But then when it comes to respecting, we have to respect all the Devi Devtas. We all are indebted to all of them. Never ever we can think, because I've seen when people understand Krishna is supreme, they start neglecting others. So it's not about neglecting. It's about respecting. We have to respect. So there is no problem in worshipping Devi Devtas. But our prayers have to be proper. What are the prayers? The prayer should be, to any Devi Devta we go, this prayer we should offer, that please enhance my Krishna bhakti so that I can attain Krishna this lifetime by breaking the cycle of birth and death. And it's only Krishna who can actually empower us to break the cycle of birth and death. Yes. But now the question is, I had this question. I was like, why so much of complication in life? If Krishna is supreme, then he could have just kept himself as supreme. Why so many Devi Devtas are there? Yes. One is, he wanted various department heads. And there is one very, very touching thing, which I came across, which melted my heart when I read this and understood it for the first time. Let me help, all of you all to understand this particular thing. So now, what is the need of demigods? Okay. First and foremost, what do you mean by demigod? Sometimes people don't hear the classes properly and they're like, hey, this bald person is calling Devi Devta a demigod. No, it's not dummy, it's demi. Demi means who is much, much, much higher than all of us. We are nowhere in comparison to all of them, all the Devi Devtas. And they have taken, and they are lower to Krishna. So the Devi Devtas who are lower to Krishna, so God is Krishna, and lower to them are Devi Devtas who are called as demigods. And one thing you have to understand is we are very, very low as compared to all of them. There's no comparison at all. Yes. So now the question is, what about all of them? Why? What is the need of all of them? And also many times I have got this question, so I thought I'll put this Shastric reference also. Many times people say that different Puranas will say that different Devi Devtas are supreme. And here you are saying that Krishna is supreme. So how to understand this? This is the question. So I found a Shastric reference from Padma Puran. It comes here. So there are 18 Puranas. Okay. And 18 Puranas are divided into 6. So there are 3 sets of 6 Puranas. And they're classified as Tamasic Purana, Rajasic Purana, and Sattvic Purana. So hope all of you remember the 3 modes of material nature session, who is pulling my string. There we discussed mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. Yes. So like that, even the Puranas are divided into 3 categories. See, what will happen is, one thing we have to understand, as we discussed, all the ones who have attended that session, it will be very easy for you to understand. So you will see that the crowd which is there, so various personalities will be there in different categories. Maybe the tamasic mode is more in their life. Maybe the rajasic mode is more in their life. Or maybe the sattvic mode is more in their life. But finally, anyone who is aspiring to break the cycle of birth and death, that person has to come to sattva guna, and raise above the sattva guna also by doing bhakti. So what about people who are there as in tamasic guna? What about them? And people who are there in tamasic guna, they will never be interested at all when it comes to following various sattvic things. Yes, they'll not be interested in worship and other things. In fact, they are the ones who worship the ghosts and bhuta, preta, pichacha. They are into all that. So what happens is, or what has happened is, Vyasadev, very, very mercifully, he has catered to each and every category of the society. Each and every category. So we cannot say that I'm just feeling a bit cold. So he never says that only people who are there in sattva guna, no, they should be entertained. He is ready to help each and every person. It's not like material life where we start rejecting people. Oh no, your performance is not good, you get out. No, not like that. Here, when it comes to Vyasadev, very, very nicely, very amazingly, this personality, he is saying that every single person is eligible to uplift himself and come to sattva guna and raise above sattva guna to break the cycle of birth and death, right? So that's why he categorized the birth and death. Yes. Obviously, all of us. Vyasadeva is Krishna's incarnation. How he's accommodating everyone. So it's so wonderful. Yes. He's not rejecting anyone. And another thing that we need to understand is people cannot directly start following Krishna or start loving Krishna. Not possible. Because in this world, people want to do business, isn't it? People want to progress materially. Many, many people are not interested in spirituality. They are just interested, oh, I want more money. I want a good health. I want this. I want that. I want a good husband. I want a good wife. Yes. So all these desires which are there, so those are like business. I want this. I'll give you this. You give me this. So many people belong to this category in this world. So they cannot start loving Krishna. Sattvic Puranas talk about bhakti towards Krishna, bhakti towards Vishnu or Krishna, and bhakti means what? Loving God. So it's very difficult for people like that. And another thing, in Sattvic mode, there are a lot of Sattvic aspects mentioned, right? Like for example, getting up early, doing this or doing this particular activity, like chanting the holy names of the Lord, and then reading Shastra. And if you tell this to people who are in mode of ignorance, how will they accept all this? So Vyasadeva, very, very beautifully, he has given first standard, second standard, third standard. Finally, we have graduation and post-graduation. Yes. So the Tamasic Puranas, they are there into this category where they're helping people who are at a very, very low platform to come up slowly and steadily. Now just imagine. Now you have gone to a place, new place. Okay. Everyone is a stranger there. But then there is one person who starts talking some points or some topic which you are very much interested in. Automatically what will happen? We'll get faith in that person, we'll start talking to that person. Yes. Similarly, Vyasadeva, what he did, he gave all that people in tamasa, in the mode of ignorance, do in tamasic Puranas. But then in the mode of ignorance, people don't believe in Shastra. So he tricked people there. And what he did, he gave whatever they need, and at the same time they said you have to do these activities, then you'll get this. And that's how we see the worship of the ghastly form of Lord Shiva, ghastly form of Lord Durga mentioned in Shastra. Yes. And many, many people in mode of ignorance, they do that. But then slowly what happens, people in mode of ignorance, they get faith in the Shastra. And from the tamasa, from the mode of ignorance, they start elevating to the mode of passion. Then they start thinking, oh, why am I praying for all these small, small things? Let me pray for something higher. Then in the mode of passion, they start worshipping. Yes. And then finally, when they understand, everything in this world is temporary. Why am I struggling so much? At that time, with this realization, when they get everything in their life, they're good. health-wise, monetary-wise, everything is good. At that time, they get the desire that, oh, okay, all this is temporary. Anyways, I'm going to leave here, all of them, when I die. So what am I going to take? Such people will come to the mode of goodness. And they will be aspiring, how can I break the cycle of birth and death? So such people will have that. This is a very high goal. You can do this activity. You can talk to people around you, and you tell them the goal of life is to break the cycle of birth and death. They will be like, "Arey, what are you saying? Eat, drink, marry. What are you talking about?" So they will be like that. Yes. So this is the point. So Vyasudev, very beautifully, he lifted people from ignorance to passion, to goodness, and above goodness. Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, they are there, above goodness. Yes. So obviously, Bhagavat is categorized even in goodness as well. So here is a shloka from Padma Puran which talks about this, a very, very important aspect. So here Parvati again she's asking question, and then here Lord Shiva is answering about various Puranas. So he's saying, "Oh beautiful lady, one should know that the Vishnu, so six of them he is naming: Vishnu Purana, Naradiya Purana, Bhagavat Purana, Garud Purana, Padma Purana, and Vara Puranas are in the mode of goodness. These are the six of them in mode of goodness. Then he talks about the mode of passion. The Brahmanda Purana, Brahma Vivarta Purana, Markandeya Purana, Bhavishya Purana, Vamana Purana, and Brahma Purana, they are in the mode of passion. And Matsya Purana, Kuruma Purana, Linga Purana, Shiva Purana, Skanda Purana, Agni Purana, they are in the mode of goodness, sorry, mode of ignorance. Yes. So like this, we have these three categories. And so in the mode of ignorance Puranas, Lord Shiva is proved as supreme. Lord Shiva is one of the, in fact, he is the personality who has taken this role to accept anyone and everyone. He is the one who accepts even bhutas and bhutas and pretas and pichachas as his devotees. Can you imagine how merciful Lord Shiva is? Very, very amazing personality. Now I feel very fortunate, to have the background of, of follower of Lord Shiva. It's very, very amazing. He's called as Ashutosh. Very, very easily he's pleased. He's Bhutanath. Yes. So he's proved as supreme. And people the ones who want to worship the who are Rakshasas or Pichachas, they are very much interested to worship him and to get immediate results. They do that. And obviously, there are many people who are sophisticated. They also worship Lord Shiva. So how come? If it's only for mode of ignorance people, how come that even people who are there in higher modes, they are also worshipping? It is the benediction of Shankaracharya. So Shankaracharya very, very nicely, with a motive, this we'll discuss. It's a very deep philosophical topic. Why did Shankaracharya preached about Lord Shiva's worship? That we'll discuss in our advanced sessions in the Gita course level 2. There we'll be discussing about the philosophies of Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya, Ramanujacharya. We'll try to compare and contrast. So why he did that, we'll discuss there. So Shankaracharya was the one who did that. So in India, we see that many people worship Lord Shiva. Yes. And this mode of passion, Brahma is proved as supreme, in those Puranas. And finally, after elevating, when the people come to mode of goodness, Sattvic Puranas, like Bhagavata, Bhagavad Gita, and all the others, which are there. So they are, there it is proved as Vishnu is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Krishna or Vishnu, they are the ones who can actually award liberation. They are the ones who can actually award birth, a power to break the cycle of birth and death. So when I read this for the first time, I could feel that connect with Lord Krishna, that how merciful Lord Krishna is, how merciful. There was no need of all this, no need of Devi Devatas at all. But then, Krishna wants to accommodate everyone. He does not want to leave anyone, because finally everyone is his part and parcel. Everyone, is his kids. That's what he's saying in 15th chapter Bhagavad Gita. Mamai Vamsha Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. All the living entities are my part and parcel. They're my kids. And how can Krishna reject any of his kids? It's almost like a father whose kids have gone away from him. His father will keep sending some of the other people. You go and get my kid. You convince him. You go and get my kid. You go get my kid. That's what he did. When he gave all these Puranas and when he created all these Devi Devatas. Yes. Look at the mercy of the Lord. If this was not done, then it's very difficult for people to come to the platform of loving God. Either people will fear God or they will do something as duty. But coming to the platform of loving God is very difficult. Not easy. Not easy at all. Only people in Sattva Guna can do that, loving God. Others will just fear, oh, if I don't worship, oh, then a lot of problems will be there. If I don't do this, a lot of problems will come. Oh, I want to do business. No, I should do this, I should do that. But loving God, it's a very, very high level, very, very high level. And only people who love God, they can break the cycle of birth and death. Yes. So in this way, we see a very, very important concept that I've just put forward, that how Lord Krishna, being so merciful, in his literary incarnation of Vyasadeva, he gave these Puranas, categorized them into different categories, helped different people to raise their level from mode of ignorance to the mode of goodness. And what Shankaracharya did, that we'll discuss in our level 2 Gita course. Yes. Now we said Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan, and in Bhagavan I did not describe the qualities of Krishna. So let's try to enter deep, dive deep in the qualities of Krishna. 4 wonderful pastimes, very, very wonderful. We can go through this now. Why Krishna is all attractive as compared to other bosses. Very wonderful shloka from Srimad Bhagavatam, one of my favorite. It says, Aho bakiyam stanakalakutam jigam sayapyayadapya sadhavi lebhe gatim dhatri uchitam tatonyam kamba dayalam sharanam rajema. So here is a very, very touching pastime, a very, very hope-giving pastime for all of us. I'm sure all of you have heard this pastime. Krishna, when he was shifted from Mathura to Gokul, Mahavan, the first demoness who came when Krishna was just 6 days, at that time the first demoness who came, her name was Putana. And what did she do? Aho Baki, she was Baki. Aho Bakiyam Stanakala Kutam, she came with a motive to kill Krishna, Jigamsaya, to kill Krishna. And she had applied what? Poison, Kala Kuta, on her breast. And the entire plan was to feed the breast milk plus poison to Krishna and kill him. So she came there. A long pastime cut short. Now, if I get into that, we'll need a lot of time. So what happened? She came and to the house of Nanda Maharaj, and she found Krishna in the cradle. She was dressed very, very beautifully. She was not at all looking like a demon. She was looking like a Lakshmi, goddess of fortune. And everyone was like, oh, Lakshmi Devi has come, Lakshmi Devi has come. So that time Putana lifted the baby Krishna and she said, oh, so nice, and this baby is so beautiful, or sleeping. No, looks like you're very hungry. You need to drink milk. And then she started feeding Krishna her own breast milk. Now what happened? Many times people say that in 6 months, in 1 year, you do this, you'll become God. We never become God. God is always God, be it small when he is young, or be it in Kurukshetra. God is God. Now God was in cradle, still he is God. In Kurukshetra, he was there as chariot driver, still he is God. Yes. And here what did Krishna do? He sucked the breast milk and he sucked the life air of Putana also. Huge demoness, and baby Krishna, just 6 days. He was so small and so cute. And with his tender lips, he sucked the life of Putana. And what happened is, when Putana died, at that time, her body was huge. It is described many, many yojanas wide it was. Her body was cut into various pieces, and then it was burnt at different places. When her body was burnt, what happened? Beautiful smell was coming, as if some incense has been burnt around. Beautiful smell was coming. And all the gopas and gopis, they started thinking, where is the smell coming from? They couldn't understand it is coming from the fire, from that fire which was burning the body of Putana. And here, this particular shloka says that why was that beautiful smell coming? Because Krishna, he didn't see that Putana had come to kill him. He saw that this particular demoness, or this particular lady, she has come to feed me milk. Oh, who feeds me milk? My mother feeds me milk. She has come to feed me milk. So I'll purify her and give her the position of mother in the spiritual world. That's what is given here. Yes. Aho bakiyam stanakala kutam jigam sayapya edapya sadhavi lebhe gatim dhatri uchitam tatonya kamvadayalum sharanam rajema. Who is the most merciful personality as compared to Krishna? The one who came to kill Krishna. To that personality, Krishna is giving Krishna is giving the position of mother. Hmm. So Krishna, when he was sucking the blood, sucking the milk of Putana and the poison and the life air at that time, he purified Putana because his feet was touching the body, hands were touching the body, mouth was touching the body. Putana got purified, and Krishna gave the topmost position. In anyone's life, what is the topmost position? Mother's position is topmost. Krishna gave that position to Putana. Aha. If a personality is coming to kill, Krishna is giving the position of mother. What to talk about those personalities who chant Hare Krishna every single day, worship Krishna every single day, read Bhagavad Gita every single day, and aspire to love Krishna, surrender to Krishna? What will Krishna give them? Krishna cannot give anything to them. Only thing that Krishna can give them is himself. Only thing that Krishna can do is he can surrender to his devotees. Can you imagine this? Yes. Can you imagine the love of Krishna? Can you imagine this? Yes. This is called as the most merciful form of the Lord. Most merciful. Most merciful. So when we are practicing bhakti, when we are chanting the holy names, this is what we should remember. That yes, I am the most fallen, I am the most dirtiest person on earth. But Krishna, he delivered a person who came to kill him. Why will he not deliver me? Who is aspiring to love him? Why will he not deliver me? Yes. So this, when we are chanting, if you just remember this pastime, you'll that motivation to chant, motivation to do bhakti will increase like anything. We'll feel so happy. We'll feel so nice when we are chanting. And whenever we say Krishna, we'll remember that how merciful Krishna is. Yes. And so the last line says, Kamma dayalum sharanam vrajema. Who in this entire world is more merciful than him? And who else can I surrender to who is more merciful than him? Basically, the last line says there is no one in the entire creation who is more merciful than Krishna, and there is no one who is eligible whom I can surrender on to. Yes. This is a very, very beautiful shloka. And here, Krishna is proving very, very beautifully that how merciful he is, and Krishna, he sees only good in others. He doesn't see how nonsense we are. If Krishna saw that how nonsense we are, we would have never been able to attend this Gita course. Never ever we would be able to chant the holy names of Krishna. Never. Krishna is merciful. He sees, oh, this personality, every Sunday evening this personality attends Gita course. How nice of him. He can do anything else, but then he or she is coming and attending. Very nice. I give this benediction that you chant the holy names. And by Krishna's mercy, we all are able to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is one pastime. 3 more are there. 3 more to go. Next one. So here, this is the pastime where the doorkeepers Jai and Vijay, they were cursed by the 4 Kumaras. I'll anyways discuss this. So here Krishna is saying, Yat sevaya charana padma pavitra renum sadhya shatakhila malam pratilabdha shilam na shri viraktam apimam vijahati yasya preksha lavartha itare niyaman vahanti. So here he's saying that Yat sevaya charana padma pavitra renum. I am the servitor of my devotees. My lotus feet has become so sacred that they immediately wipe out all the sin I have acquired. Such a disposition that goodness of God, goddess of fortune, does not leave me, even though I have no attachment for her, while others praise her beauty and observe sacred vows to secure from her even a slight favor. So what happened is the 4 Kumaras, the sons of Brahma, they went to Vaikuntha. And they wanted to take darshan of the beautiful form of Lord Vishnu. So at that time, what happened is, by the desire of the Lord, the doorkeepers Jai and Vijay, they both, they stopped the 4 Kumaras. And the 4 Kumaras, they had so much of intense desire to take darshan of the Lord. Just imagine, you are very, very hungry and you're not allowed to enter the Prasadam hall. Same thing happened here. They were very hungry to take darshan of the Lord. At that time, the 4 Kumaras, they cursed Jai and Vijay that may you become demons for 3 lifetimes, and they became this Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, and Dantavakra and Shishupal in 3 different yugas. Yes. So now here, we see that after cursing, Jay and Vijay were like very baffled. They were like, "Oh, we have to go to material world. How can we go to material world?" And at that time, Lord Vishnu, he comes out, from his inner chambers, and he's looking extremely beautiful, with a beautiful kirita, beautiful kundala, Shankha Chakra Gada Padma Dhara. He's holding Shankha Chakra Gada Padma, wearing beautiful Vaijayanti Mala, having Srivatsa mark and Kaustuba gem on his chest, and on his lotus feet, having a lot of tulasi. Yes. So what happened when he came out? He started offering prayers or started begging forgiveness from the 4 Kumaras. Aha! Look at the level to which the Lord goes in front of his devotees. He started begging forgiveness from the 4 Kumaras. He started saying that I am the master of these 2 personalities, and because I am their master, they are my servants. Since they offended you, it's equivalent to I offending you. So I beg forgiveness, that please forgive me and my servants. And then he started saying that you are the great devotees. And since you worship my lotus feet, I gain all the strength. Now, this is the mercy of the Lord that he's speaking this. He's very, very high level. He's saying that since you people are there at my lotus feet, you worship my lotus feet, I gain the strength to remove the sins of people first. Second, Lakshmi Devi, she's attracted to my lotus feet and he stays at lotus feet. How all this is happening? Because you worship my lotus feet. So please forgive me. This is the way that Lord treats his devotees. Amazing. You can just see this. That's what he's saying here. Yes. So Lord always serves his devotees. This is what we need to understand. That we have to serve our subordinates. Very, very important. So here comes the concept of servant leadership. Krishna is the leader, but he's serving his servants. It's called servant leadership. Next one. So here, another pastime. So there was a very great elephant. His name was Gajendra. So let me chant the shloka. Tam tadvad artham upalabhya jagan nivasah stotram nishamya dvijahi saha samstuvadbihi chando mahena garudena samuyah manas chakra yuddho bhagamad ashu yato Gajendra. So Gajendra, he offered wonderful prayers. Who was Gajendra? Gajendra was a great elephant, and he was caught by a crocodile. And the fight between crocodile and Gajendra happened in the waters. Now, in the waters, crocodile will be strong as compared to an elephant, because elephant is a terrestrial animal. So he was becoming weaker and weaker and weaker. And finally, when he understood that he cannot do anything, he took the lotus flower and he started offering to Krishna, and he started offering beautiful prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Tasmai Yata Eta Chidatmakam Purushaya Dibijaya Pareshaya Vidhimahi. And then it goes on. Yasmin Idam Yataschedam. Then like this, we have got 25 verses. 25 or so verses are there. When he started offering those prayers, immediately, what happened? Immediately Lord Vishnu, he came from wherever he was. He came to that place on Garuda, and he released the Sudarshan Chakra, and the crocodile was killed, and he lifted Gajendra, like a small baby. And he delivered both crocodile and Gajendra. In fact, it is described that after doing this, when Lord Vishnu went back to Vaikuntha, there was a new servant who was fanning Lakshmi. At that time, Vishnu asked, who is this personality? New personality. Lakshmi Devi said, the same crocodile whom you delivered, same Gajendra whom you delivered. This is called as Krishna is ready to help anyone and everyone who calls out for him with intensity, like he helped Draupadi. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If we offer intense prayers to Krishna, and oh Krishna, please help. Without your mercy, I'll not be able to do anything. Please help. Please help. Yes. I'm stuck here. Gajendra was stuck in the waters. We are also stuck in the waters. We are stuck in Bhavasagar, the ocean of birth and death. And we are also caught by crocodile. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi. Birth, death, disease, old age. But then our problem is we are enjoying. We are enjoying this Bhavasagar. But we don't understand we are drowning in this Bhavasagar. When we start offering prayers to Krishna by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, calling for him with intensity, what happens? The same personality who delivered Gajendra, same personality who delivered Putana, same personality who delivered Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, Dantavakra, Shishupal, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, and all the Rakshasas will also deliver a Rakshasa like us. You all are great. You all might be having qualities of Devi Devatas, but I have qualities of Rakshasas, so I said this. Yes, like demons are there inside our heart. Demons are there inside our heart. He will come to deliver us also. Only thing that is needed is a call, which Gajendra made, which Draupadi made, and which so many other devotees made. Yes. So Lord is always there to help his devotees. Last pastime, and this pastime again will help melt all our hearts. Yes. नाहम आत्मानम आशा से मद भक्ति ही साधु भीर्विना श्रियम चात्यंति किम ब्रह्मन एशाम gatir aham para. So here he's saying that without saintly persons for whom I am the only destination, I do not desire to enjoy my transcendental bliss and my supreme opulence. So Krishna is saying that I don't want anything. I cannot enjoy anything without my devotees. I cannot enjoy anything without my devotees. You see any photo of Krishna, he will never be alone. Either he'll be there with Srimati Radharani or with Balram or with Subal Sakha or other Sakhas, other gopis, or at least a peacock or a cow. He'll never be alone. He'll always be with his devotees. Yes. And this is a pastime of Amrish Maharaj and Durvasa Muni. You remember Amrish Maharaj, Durvasa Muni? Where Durvasa Muni was hungry, Amrish Maharaj didn't feed him. I mean, Amrish Maharaj took water before feeding Durvasa Muni, and he became very angry. He created a fiery demon. Hope you remember all this. And Amrish Maharaj didn't take even a step behind, and the fiery demon was coming. And at that time, Sudarshan Chakra came, killed the fiery demon, and the Sudarshan Chakra started going behind Durvasa. And Durvasa Muni, after going through all the worlds, finally he went to Vaikuntha. And there is offering prayers to Vishnu. And Vishnu is saying this, I cannot do anything. My devotees are very, very dear to me, and I don't enjoy anything without my devotees. If you want to get free from this Sudarshan Chakra, who is out of my control, you go and pray to Amrish. So here we see that how much importance Krishna gives to his devotees. How much importance. So if we are devotees of Krishna, you can imagine what is our level. The greatest title in the entire world, in the entire creation is D-A-S, Das. This is the greatest title. Servant, this is the greatest title. We are servants of Krishna. Can you imagine? We are servants of Krishna. Anyone in this world who is the secretary of prime minister, president, whatever, they are treated so nicely. They're so great. The way the people treat. Just imagine, we are servants. We are personal servants of whom? The boss of all the bosses in the entire world. He is our boss. That sweet Lord who delivered Putana. That sweet Lord who is begging forgiveness to the four Kumaras. That sweet Lord who immediately comes whenever there is this intense call from his devotees. That sweet Lord who does not enjoy anything without his devotees. He is our Lord. He is our Krishna. Array, whom else will worship? Whom else will worship apart from Krishna? Yes, whom else will worship? The one who understands Krishna's attractive qualities, they cannot do anything but worship Krishna, fall in love with Krishna. The ones who are not able to fall in love with Krishna, they are the unfortunate ones who have not heard about Krishna. So the entire Bhagavad Gita course, the Bhagavatam classes that we have, they all, when we hear from Krishna or by Krishna, that is Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, automatically, naturally, will fall in love with Krishna. Anyone who chants the holy name of the Lord, all the contamination from the heart will be removed and will fall in love with Krishna. That is what is the goal. What? We are falling in love with so many people around. When will that day come when we'll fall in love, with this great personality, the supreme personality of Godhead? No, the Mahadev, who is worshipped by all the Devi Devtas, including Brahma, Shiva, Indra, all of them. He is that personality. He is our master and he is our sweet boss. And this is the answer to the question, who is the real boss? Last slide, the practical tip of the day before we end. So here I'm summarizing all the 4 things that we saw. These are the leadership qualities what Krishna is teaching us. Be a representative of the Lord. This is very, very important. Yes. Only when we are devotees of the Lord will we be able to get the mercy of the devotees. See the good in team members and fan them. You can use all this in your corporate also. Like he did in Putana. He didn't see the poison, but he saw the milk. Be a servant than a boss. So here, Vishnu is serving his own devotees, the 4 Kumaras. Be with people in their bad times. Good times, everyone is there, but bad times, we have to help them. Like Lord does when he did that for Gajendra and Draupadi and so many others. Happiness or distress, face it as a team. Like now Durvasa was speaking against Amrish Maharaj, or saying that, please protect me from the wrath of this Sudarshan, who is following because I offended Amrish Maharaj. So Lord is like, no, I takes the side of Amrish Maharaj. I cannot take your side. So we have to be with the team, happiness or distress in whatever situation. Yes. So in this way, all of us are playing leadership role. And when we understand pastimes of the Lord, we fall in love with the Lord, and also at the same time, we learn a lot of things from the Lord. Yes. And all these things we are getting because of Srila Prabhupada. Yadi Prabhupada na hoito, tabe ki hoito, jivana bahita kish. If Prabhupada wouldn't have been there, how we all could have come together like this under one shelter called ISKCON and understood Bhagavad Gita, which is in a complicated Sanskrit language. How we could have understood all this? Yes. Prabhupada, he's that great personality who has helped all of us. And when someone helps us, we have to give him back also, give them back something. So Prabhupada is our spiritual master, Prabhupada is our guru, and he expects one thing from all of us. Yes. Obviously, he wants all of us to advance on the path of bhakti and break the cycle of birth and death. But then physically also he want all of us to do something. In this month of December, he has expected, or he has told all of us that read my books, distribute my books. Reading the books anyways we do the entire year. But this 1 month of December is called as book marathon in ISKCON, Gita marathon. We distribute Bhagavad Gitas in this month. All over the world, all the ISKCON devotees who are indebted to Srila Prabhupada, who feel that, yes, Prabhupada is my guru, he has delivered me, or else I would have been a rogue in this material world. All those people who feel that, yes, I really want to give something back to Prabhupada, they are the ones who go out on the street and distribute books. This time, due to COVID, maybe not many will go out to distribute books. I'm planning to go out to distribute books this time as well. Anyways, we can wear masks and sanitize the hands. But then, if we are a bit scared to go out, no problem. At least over phone, we can call people and we can convince them and give them books. Yes. We can gift the books, no doubt. We can give the books. Those are very nice. Gifting Bhagavad Gita. New Year is coming. And 25th of December is Gita Jayanti. The day when it is called as Vaikunta Ekadashi, Mokshada Ekadashi, or Gita Jayanti. So the day when Bhagavad Gita manifested, we'll have a big festival on that day. We all are students of Gita. And there's a big yajna that is going to happen in Kurukshetra, which ISKCON devotees are organizing. And all the devotees, who are doing Shastra Dan, who are gifting Bhagavad Gitas to others, who are distributing Bhagavad Gitas, all their names will go there, and our name will be chanted in one of the ahutis, when it happens in Kurukshetra. Yes. And also here in ISKCON Whitefield, also we're going to do Gita Yajna, chanting all the shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. So all this is going to happen. So I request all of you all, if you really feel for Prabhupada, if you feel that you have gained a lot from this Gita course, many times people ask me, Prabhuji, we want to give you some Guru Dakshina, what should we give? Actually, I am no one, it's Prabhupada. He is the Guru and we have to give him Guru Dakshina. So one Guru Dakshina we can give to Prabhupada is distribute Bhagavad Gita this month. All of us can take a target of some books, like 10 books, 12 books, 20 books of Bhagavad Gita. Call people, convince them. Try to give Bhagavad Gita in exchange for money. When we give for free, sometimes people don't take it in a right way. They might take it for granted. Obviously, if we know that a person is good, he's devotional, we can gift, no doubt. But ideally, we can sell the book. This is what I would say: sell the book. This is our family business. Book distribution. Sell the book. I mean, give the book and take some donation in return. So all that details I'll anyway send in the groups. You all can see that. How can we do this? Call all your contacts and try to convince them. Go out on the street, give the books. And we have made it very simple. We have a link. You can just click the link and you can order Bhagavad Gitas for yourself for your distribution. Or you can gift Bhagavad Gita by putting someone else's address in that, and it will go to that particular person. So I request all of you all that please take a target and distribute Bhagavad Gitas. Let many people in this world get the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Why people have to suffer? When the manual is there, why people have to suffer? Let us all be the agents. See, always remember, agents always get commission. Let us all be the agents in this distribution of Bhagavad Gita. And Krishna, who is the CEO, he'll recognize the agents and he'll give the commission, whatever is there. And for us, the commission is Krishna Bhakti. Yes, breaking the cycle of birth, and that will happen for all of us. So this is my request to all of you, that please distribute Bhagavad Gitas this month. Prabhupada has requested all of us to do that. In fact, Prabhupada says that, where are books, where are books, where are books? This is the question that he was asking. Even when Prabhupada was there on the deathbed, he would ask, how many books are distributed? See, a person who is dying, he's not interested in money. Prabhupada was never interested in money at all, but he was interested in the welfare of people. So he wanted the books to be distributed all around. And today, all around the world, in all the languages, Bhagavad Gita is distributed. All the languages. So Prabhupada, even in the deathbed, he requested all of us, to distribute books. So this is my humble request on behalf of Prabhupada to all of you all, that please distribute Bhagavad Gita this month. And it is said that anyone who distributes Bhagavad Gita in this month, and especially on the day of Gita Jayanti, gifting Bhagavad Gita, donating Bhagavad Gita to others, they are the ones who book their place in Vaikuntha. I'll chant all these slokas on Thursday. I'll speak more on Gita Dan. We can do that. And obviously, Gita Dan is basically, you all can sponsor Bhagavad Gitas to others. We distribute books in government schools and so many other places for free, the ones who cannot afford. So these books are sponsored by all the people who can afford. So you can sponsor 10 books, 20 books, 30 books, and that can be distributed for free in various places, in villages, in schools and other places. Okay? So remembering all this, remembering that how Prabhupada has helped us, remembering how Krishna is so merciful, and understanding how great Lord is and how wonderful this opportunity to do Krishna Bhakti is, let us all do mantra meditation for some time now. And then we will end the session for today. And next Sunday is the last session of Gita course. You cannot dare to miss the last session. And obviously after that we'll have felicitation, and then we'll inaugurate the level 2 Gita course after that. Okay? So let us all start chanting now. So I request all of you all switch on your videos